stop jaws and you niggas ain't.
Y'all, sitting down with Dutch. We got O.M.H, you know, just making it happen, you know.
Okay, I'm gonna start off with, why you dropped the J in your name?
I dropped the J because a lot of people was like getting it kind of confused. People call me Jay, people call me Dutch. Nobody really called me J Dutch. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna just go ahead and drop it. It's my first name, John, so ain't going nowhere.
Okay, well, we're gonna get back into what getting you.
Yeah.
How you get started? Like, why you get started?
It was crazy because when I was little, like 3 years old, my grandpa was like a fan of B.B. King. Like he follows him like religiously. He played the guitar with his boys every Saturday morning when I was little. I was 3 years old. I remember I was sitting right there on the floor just watching them jam. You know, my grandpa was crazy with the guitar. He got an electric one, and blues always been in my family. It's been in my soul. And my cousin started off rapping, took me to the studio when I was like 8 years old. I saw how they laced the whole thing down, and I just love the feel of it, the music, how it get to you. And it's just like, I've been writing rhymes since I was like 10 years old, just writing, freestyling, and you know, somebody heard me and I was like, you know, you should definitely try to put something together. So that's how it came about.
The magazine is called On My Hustle.
Mm-hmm.
I do this for my kids. For the love of music.
Mm-hmm.
What are you hustling for?
Same thing, man. My family, like I come from a broken family. I'm from Oakland, California. My family from the East. It's like there's no unity in my family. So everybody I consider family nowadays is not blood to me. You know, so I do this to save the little family value we do have. You know, there's no direction and leadership in my family. So my little brother looks up to me like he tries to be just like me. So I figure if I'm doing something positive, staying out of the streets, not following the same line my cousins and them took, you know, they drug dealers, pushing pimps and all that. You know, I don't do none of that. I'm in college, you know, and I just try to lead by example for my brother. You know, I want him to grow up not thinking in that typical mindset. So I strive, my music, I strive to be, you know, professional, successful, and just to secure my family. That's what I really do it for.
So let's get down to the dirt. How did the groups Street Legal and Cali Soldiers come about? Like, how did you get in those groups?
It was funny because with Street Legal, I moved from Oakland. I got kicked out of schools in Oakland, and I had to go to Peoples in Vallejo. That was the only school close, so I ended up at Peoples. And this dude from Sacramento had the similar story as mine, so he ended up at Peoples from Sac. And shit, we both was rapping. You know, we always played chess. Every single day we played chess. He whooped my ass in chess every single day. You know, first period. And one day I just beat him. I beat him, and he was just like, wow. Like, he was really just shocked. And after that, you know, he just gave me the CD, had some beats on it, brought me to a studio at his house, and showed me his stuff, you know. And I spit for him. He was just like, dude, you dope, cuz, you know, he spit for me. I was like, you dope too. So we just formed a group, you know. And it was two more of our other friends, our friend Lavelle and our friend Gus. And, you know, we all grew up in the same area as far as going to school. And we just decided to make a group. And my boy Harry, he's a producer, his name Fresh, he said that a group should be called Legal Street. And then I think Gus said it should be called Street Legal. And that's how it happened. Started up as a dream, man. You know?
Okay. What about Cali Soldiers?
Oh, with Cali Soldiers, I was in Street Legal, and was getting buzzed. We performing for Fizz, for everybody. Bathgate, we rocking for everybody. Our first show was performing for Mr. FAB, you know. We banged that out, the crowd was loving us, but of course we got disqualified. It was some kind of competition shit, but my boy Rook from Street, he had cussed in there, and they was like, you gotta go. So they kicked us off the show, but the crowd was going crazy. They was like, nah, that's fucked up. But we basically did that, and I guess the buzz was acquiring. Somehow this dude named Farah heard about it, you know, the manager of Cali Soldiers. And I guess they just dropped a member. And I got a phone call one late night, two dudes on the phone like, dude, we've been hearing about you, spit something for us. You know, I dropped a 16, and they was like, you want to come in for an audition? And I was like, yeah. So they had me downtown Oakland by Jack London, and it was a studio. And I went in there and I freestyled over a cut. And they kept that freestyle. They put it on the album, you know, that album that they put out. And they was like, you know what, man, we want to pick you up. If you're interested, you know, definitely, you know, sign here, and we'll definitely support you. And that's how that happened.
go from District Records to Make It Happen?
District Records, man, that was a crazy saga in my life. That was a label we all put together, you know. Me, Focus from Smack Boys, Life, LOGFX, the graphic designer. He was actually the CEO of our label, and we all put that together. We all came together. It was like about 20-something of us. We banging out music. We banging out shows. I mean, we killing the theater shows. We coming out with hits and everything, you know. We selling mixtapes, making money. We made like $300 in an hour in front of Safeway in Glen Cove off mixtapes. Nigga, no cover, no nothing, just selling them. And shit, we just was like, you know, let's do it. Got our business license. We put it together. The only thing that we lacked was a manager. We finally got a manager, but then after a while, things just were falling apart because there was no direction. No one was moving as a unit. It was all, it's about me, it's about me, it's about me. It's like a team full of Kobe's. You know what I'm saying? There's no unity. Everybody moving, everybody superstar or whatever, even though we haven't accomplished really anything major. But it was just no direction. It fell apart, and people split their ways. You know, we all started feeling bitter about each other, so we all fell out, and we was out of commission as far as doing shows for about 2 or 3 years. You know, nobody was really doing anything, just in the studio. But it was a good experience because I learned a lot about the industry as far as running it, as far as what we can do, what we can accomplish independent-wise. But as far as the outcome, it was a pretty bad outcome.
But you learned from that.
Yeah, definitely.
So what would you tell your fans, like, if they was in the same situation, how to come out of it?
I tell everybody, first off, do not start your own label. Don't start your own label. Get with a company that's already established. First of all, you'll learn more from that, and you will be secure so you can start from ground zero, rather than start it from ground zero by yourself, having no reference, no one you can refer, you know, credibility. It's a waste of time, especially out here in the Bay Area. It's a waste of time. Get with somebody that's established, learn what you're trying to do, learn your profession, and then once you feel like you have enough clout, enough experience to step apart on your own, do it, you know. But definitely get a person or a company that has a lot of experience and just, you know, learn off them and feed off that.
How did you get a chance to perform at the Grammy party? Like, it seemed like everything was just falling in your court at that time.
Yes, yes, it really was. It was crazy because, like I said, our manager with Kelly Soul just booked us a whole bunch of shows. You know, we had Universal watching us. You know, they wanted to sign us really bad, but they was like, you know, you got to build a buzz. So we ended up getting a slot at the post-Grammy Awards in the city. You know, it was in Fillmore. And we went in there. It was all kind of like A&Rs, all kind of people in suits with all kind of stuff in their ear and writing stuff down, a lot of A&Rs, a lot of representatives of different companies. And, you know, we finally got to rock. It was other artists at that too, like quality-ass artists. We got to rock, and we doing our thing, you know, and hella people just gave us an ovation. But dude was like, you stand out the most. One of the guys said that in the crowd. He was like, you stand out the most. I love the way you rock. He was like, this whole group is legit, but you need to be solo. And he kept saying that, and I was just like, I was young at the time. I didn't want to be solo. I felt like I wasn't developed enough. But we rocked that, man. We got so much love, man. Like, Universal looked at us in a whole new light. You know, we were doing a hyphy thing, don't get me wrong. That was how hyphy movie was about. But we was actually a little bit past it, you know. We did the hyphy thing for the commercial stuff, but the other songs on the album was more, you know, Universal. But when we rocked that, man, like, we got a lot of respect, and that's when Universal was like, go ahead and cut the contract.
Speaking of when the man came out,
They know what I'm talking about. Bye, hater. See you in the casket. On the scene. Fuck all you bastards. Get it. Hey.